Ogre Battle, Tactics Ogre, and Ogre Battle 64 were all defined by their unique style and strategic-oriented RPG gameplay. Before 2002, the series gained a niche but hardcore following. The series faced a crossroads when franchise mastermind Yasumi Matsuno left Quest for Squaresoft in 1995, but fans were overjoyed that the company continued the Ogre Battle series even without him. Following the release of Ogre Battle 64 in 2000, Tactics Ogre: The Night of Lodis was released in North America for the Game Boy Advance in 2002. In almost every way, The Night of Lodis plays much more like the original Tactics Ogre game than the other Ogre Battle titles. Combat takes place on a grid-based, isometric battlefield where each character can move and take an action each turn. Like Tactics Ogre, elevation, structures, and waterways play a big role in positioning your units and executing a strategy to overcome the enemy. The game's story is developed via storyline sequences that play out between battles. However, you also have the opportunity to visit shops for items and equipment, and also gain experience through training sessions between your own characters. Like other games in the Ogre Battle series, the game also features multiple endings, each determined by the course of actions you take in the game. Night of Lodis has 5 possible endings, ranging from great to poor, with the best ending taking the most wherewithal to obtain. There is also significant choice the player must make about halfway through the game that I won't reveal, which plays a big role in the ending you get. At the beginning of the game, you start with only 6 units. Interestingly enough, their classes are determined by the series of questions you answer, a mechanic carried over from other games in the Ogre Battle series. Some characters can actually permanently die off, which was pretty rare for a game like this, but characters integral to the story cannot die in such a way. The Night of Lodis features a class system whereby human characters can choose from various fantasy-oriented archetypes that will be familiar to players of the game. Interestingly enough, some of the classes are restricted to males and others to females. For instance, only males can be the Swordmaster, Dragoon, or Warlock, whereas only females can be a Valkyrie, Siren, or Dragon Tamer. The class system is really great and gives amazing customization to allow the player to construct their team the way they want. But it does come with some drawbacks. Namely, some classes are so overpowered compared to the others, especially the Ninja. Though I think the game was hoping the player would construct a balanced team of various classes, I can see how industrious players would just make a team full of ninjas and knights. By the end of the game, you can recruit over 30 characters. I really have to hand it to this game's graphical style. It's entirely reminiscent of the first game, and the sprite-based graphics are beautiful. I think its visuals are among the best of any Game Boy Advance game. They're bright, animated, and fit the game's fantasy motif perfectly. The menu system's actually quite good too, and even though the game's pretty complex for a GBA title, it was easy enough to configure and navigate through. Because Masaharu Iwata returned to compose the soundtrack, you already know it's great, and it's certainly reminiscent of previous Ogre Battle games. His use of brass, horns, and marching songs are certainly unique, and definitely stand out from other RPGs like Final Fantasy and Breath of Fire. The only unfortunate downside is that the Game Boy Advance lacked the sound quality that could be produced by the CD and DVD-based consoles of the era. If you like the original Tactics Ogre, you'll also enjoy Tactics Ogre: The Night of Lodis. If you're only used to the other 2 Ogre Battle games, it will play a little bit differently. Either way, this is one of the best RPGs on the Game Boy Advance, and it's possibly the system's best strategy-oriented one. The battles, gameplay, classes, and story are straight out of the formula that made the series enjoyable in the first place. Compared to other games in the Ogre Battle franchise, The Night of Lodis definitely flies under the radar, but I can't really understand why. It's a great game in its own right. If you like this review and remembered Tactics Ogre: The Night of Lodis, leave a comment below about the most memorable aspect of the game to you. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell below to be alerted upon the addition of new ones. Also, please consider supporting my channel via YouTube's Join feature to receive member exclusives, such as advanced videos and complete video transcripts.